the hockey news and Sports Illustrated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, The Gooch.
Hey, welcome back to part 3. It's Gooch Live right here at the Bottom Line. As you know, we are downtown 22 Front Street in Toronto. We want you to come down and enjoy some chicken wings with us, or come in and say hello, and I'll have a Coke, coffee, or maybe even a pop if you want to join us on, obviously, Free Agency Day. It is part 3, Gooch Live, obviously bringing it to you from the Hockey News, and we're looking forward to getting a wrap-up with Stephen Ellis from the Hockey News. He will wrap up the day's news, of course, tomorrow with us, and we'll see who the winners, who the losers, and who just made it happen. And we're excited about that. Hey, listen, obviously some of the trades and some of the, obviously the signings that have happened since our last talk. The Rangers have acquired Ty Eberson for a future considerations. That is not a big deal. The Rangers have done a great job, obviously, in some of their signings, and there will be more. There's no question. This has been brought to you by the good people at the Hockey News. Don't worry, don't forget about that. Hey, listen, entry-level deal has just been done. Yuri Slafkovsky, the first-round draft pick, has signed his 3-year deal. So look forward to having him in the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. And they have done a lot, let me tell you, as have the Ottawa Senators. I'm really excited about Cam Talbot. And, of course, Claude Giroux going to the Ottawa Senators. This is going to be a team they need to take a very serious look at. Andrei Burakovsky has signed a 5-year, $5.5 million deal with the Seattle Kraken. Listen, Kraken are making some noise. Ben Sherratt has gone to Detroit. I'm excited about this. I think Detroit is a big winner, obviously, here now with all the things that are going on with the National Hockey League, the changes, and we're still on the wait. We haven't heard anything yet. We are on the wait for what goes on with Johnny Gaudreau, what's going to go on with Pierre-Luc Dubois, and a good friend of mine. My goodness, Greg, send me your telephone number. I'd love to talk with you. Love to know how your father's doing. Greg Haspeak, thank you. Looking good at my age. Just waking up is allowing me to look good. So please, Greg, if you don't mind, whether you can PM me or DM me, let me know how to get a hold of you. Love to chat. I'm coming to Winnipeg. We're doing the Slapshot Tournament again. Love to have you a part of that. And also, what's going on? What's going on with those Winnipeg Jets and Pierre-Luc Dubois? Do you have any insight there, bud? Love to hear it. The Winnipeg Jets have been very, very quiet. Colorado has just announced that contract extension for Arttu Lehkonen. Didn't see this as a surprise. Got a heck of a deal. $22 million over the next 5 years. It is a solid deal. Colin Blackwell, he was here. I like him. I like his work ethics. I'm just a little concerned that they didn't sign him in Toronto to keep him on that third or fourth line. He's a grit player. He's a small impact player. I thought he'd fit very well in a long-term deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but he has gone to Chicago. 2 years, $2.4 million. It's okay. It's not great. Joseph Halak, free agency, obviously leaving Vancouver and going off to the New York Rangers. My goodness, the New York Rangers have got a former Halak, and we'll wait till Jordan LaRoche joins a little bit on to talk about the deal, because I think Halak is the right guy for the job, and certainly in the New York Rangers are in a very good position when it comes to, obviously, goaltending situation. All right, what are we looking for? We're looking for some guys. We're looking for where Johnny Gaudreau is going to go. We're looking for what's going to happen, obviously, with our friend Pierre-Luc Dubois. What do the Winnipeg Jets need? We need to find out if they're going to make any type of deals to strengthen this club. Obviously, for the new coach, they're going to need to show some presence of movement. I think the fans in Winnipeg deserve more, and they have not yet got that. All right, so we'll break that down in just a little bit. Let's look at some of the other things that are going in the National Hockey League. I'm getting notices all along here. Let's just see what's going on. The Senators, obviously doing all the things that they've done, are now Pierre Dorion, who needs to be complimented on what they've been doing. We'll be meeting with the media to talk about, obviously, the Cam Talbot and certainly the Claude Giroux story. I think that is just truly amazing what they've done. And then Ken Holland will be talking to the media right away, talking about obviously his big signing, which is Evander Kane and Jack Campbell. Love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Are you thinking this is a good move for the Edmonton Oilers to re-ante up Evander Kane, who looked very good? I think he had 19 points in the playoffs. Certainly somebody that's really going to make an impact playing alongside, of course, our friend McDavid and, of course, Draisaitl. What are your thoughts on the Ben Sherratt deal going to the Red Wings? Husa back in net. I think that defensive core and the goaltending situation in Detroit really adds a lot. And then, of course, what's going on what is going on in Chicago? I'm going to get Paul Rosen on a little bit later on, and we'll talk about that. Listen, I'm just going to be coming up and down as things change, just to keep you informed of what's going on in the National Hockey League tonight at 6 p.m. Do not miss it. It's going to be one of those shows we have an opportunity to talk to Rob Palante and, of course, Dan Blackburn about players that are getting ready for training camp, whether it be an NHL player, an AHL player, guys that have just signed deals from the draft and now are going to their first training camp. We're going to talk to those two about how that all works out. First, I'll have Rob Palante here live, and then we'll have an opportunity to listen to the story I talked about with Dan Blackburn. Hey, crazy money. Where is it going to come from in a recession? Very good point. Ian Cobb, thank you for joining me and making that statement. There are big numbers being thrown around. Ben Sherratt, $19 million over 4 years. Wow, that is big. And of course, Darcy Kemper, 5 years, $26 million as he goes off to the Washington Capitals. Vincent Trocheck agrees to a 7-year contract with the New York Rangers. A big deal going there, I'll tell you. What else has gone on? Nothing yet has changed on the market, but the money is big, and we will see even more. We've got Johnny Gaudreau, obviously up in the air of where he's going to go. Great to see you guys. We're just waiting to see where he will end up. Will he end up maybe seeing that the market just can't command the dollars and the term he needs? Maybe he'll end up as a Flame. Let's watch that very closely. I'm waiting for Jordan LaRoche. I think he may be tied up, obviously, in Scotland, so we will get him back on before the end of the night and talk to him about some of the great deals that have gone on in the National Hockey League, and specifically for his New York Rangers, which looks poised at a run at the Stanley Cup. What happens if Gaudreau ends up there? Where's Kadri? We haven't heard much about Nazem Kadri yet. That's certainly going to be very interesting. And of course, we know that Malkin has re-anteed up with the Pittsburgh Penguins. What are they going to do? They haven't done much. They signed Ranko to a long-term deal, but they haven't done much yet. Detroit signing Andrew Kopp. I would have liked to have seen him go back to Winnipeg. That would have been a nice one. Obviously, we know what's gone on with the Winnipeg Toronto Maple Leafs and their goaltender situation with Samsonov signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And of course, we all know about the Matt Murray. What's going to go on with Nazem Kadri? We've heard very little about it. Sent that from my watch. Want me to come on? I think, Jordan, if you can, if there's any way Jordan in Scotland can join us, let's talk a little bit about some of the deals that have been made. I've got about 15 minutes left of this particular part 3. Part 4 will go on at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's getting close to being the wrap-up, so we'll be able to bring it in. And then 6 o'clock, Gooch Live comes on. It's a regular show where I'll have Robert Palante and a pre-recorded interview with Dan Blackburn. Yes, Jordan, let's see. What are we looking at here, guys? Anything changed? Nothing yet. Everything's kind of status quo. There are no trades that have been yet talked about. There are no new signings done. The Boston Bruins. Here's one. I missed it a little bit earlier. Pavel Shaka and goes to the Boston Bruins for Eric Hula from the New Jersey Devils. I like this move. I like Hula. I think I hope that's how you say his name. I like him. He is going to be a perfect addition to the New Jersey Devils. And the New Jersey Devils have been talked about for Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau. Let's see if that plays itself out. And also the Isles. The Isles are looking for maybe making that addition. Really nothing out here that's breaking the news wires. The one that I'm still kind of in shock with is my good friend Brent Burns leaving San Jose and going to Carolina. That is a great deal for Carolina. You are not only getting an impact player, but you're also getting one of the best characters, one of the nicest people you're going to meet. And you've just lost a very good player in Ian Cole to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Man, that's going to be very, very exciting. Listen, we're just waiting to see if we can get our producer back on all the way from Scotland. If not, I will make sure that he joins us in the next hour at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back here with the hockey news. Tomorrow, there's going to be a wrap-up with Stephen Ellis, of course, and I will have James Murphy on just before we end off today, just to see who he felt was the winners and the losers. And I'll tell you what, you have to admit, the Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens have bested themselves. You cannot make these changes without knowing that they are vying for the playoffs. We thought it would be retooling or even rebuilding, but neither of those teams are doing those. There is talk. The Montreal Canadiens are in discussions with the Winnipeg Jets to acquire Dubois. If they get Dubois, this Montreal Canadian team is going through the Stanley Cup playoffs and being a part of the Stanley Cup finals. They've been there before, as we know. The question will be goaltending. What is going to go on with their goaltending? Of course, we do not know what's going on with Carey Price. We will be digging deep. All my guys, especially James Murphy, is out there trying to find out the latest scoops of what's gone on. All right, as I look through this, there are no significant things to talk about right at this moment, so I'm going to sign off. I'm going to be back here at 4 p.m. James Murphy will join me. Jordan LaRoche will join me, and we'll break it down what's gone on in the last couple of hours. It's been 3.5 hours since the free agency started. All the deals haven't been done. We'll break down who hasn't gone, who is going to go, and where they will end up. All right. Thank you for watching Gooch Live right here at The Bottom Line, brought to you by those good people of the Hockey News, and, of course, Wayne Kelly and the great team right here at The Bottom Line.
You've been listening to Gooch Live with your host, Kerry Goulet, better known as The Gooch, brought to you by the Hockey